What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Good Game Sportscast. I'm joined here again today with Robert, and we
Howdy.
at the beginning of the month did a video with the Week 1 Superlatives and Awards, and I realized very quickly that I did not want to have to do that every week. So we are doing monthly awards instead.
Woo!
Much better. Camera quality, junk as always. Thank you, Riverside. I will be sending you an email with this video because this is atrocious. But we're just gonna keep on rolling. Gotta get the content out. Gotta get out these rankings. Maybe with the camera being smaller, I really don't know. Back on tier maker for
Sure.
another quote unquote tier list Tuesday that will probably be put out on a Wednesday.
Woo!
Because yeah,
Because we're like that.
we are built like that. My
We
face
are.
just got a whole lot darker,
Okay.
and it's still not sharing.
That's
on.
great. Come on, Riverside.
Come on, you got this. You got this, Riverside.
Yay! Oh, I can't say yay.
Is it showing? It's not showing on mine.
Gotta give it a minute.
Dog, I don't know if it's my computer that just sucks or if it's the internet that sucks. So there we go.
There we go.
Software that sucks. I don't know. Something sucks. I need to figure out what it is to positively impact the channel.
There we go.
As you can see, our tiers today, albeit not very big and not very readable, is dominant, great, good, mixed bag, horrible, and Caleb Williams.
And I know a couple teams will be going in the Caleb Williams category.
So, we're recording this a bit late. Week four has taken place, which was in the month of October. So, in my best efforts, I'm going to keep this a week 1 through 3 video because that is what occurred during the month of September, in which case the video is taking place.
Yes.
All right. You want to bounce around or just go right down team to team?
Let's do team to team.
All right, we'll do team to team. God, this video is really getting on my nerves. All right. Arizona. I say horrible.
Yeah, horrible.
They did beat the Cowboys in week 3.
Yes.
They also blew a lead to the Giants, who, for my money, are a bottom 3 team in the NFL right now.
They're like scoring offense right now. It's like 32nd.
Who else did they? Oh, they lost to Washington in week 1. That's not a bad loss. Oh, we could put this in mixed bag, but I feel like horrible is a better way to put them.
I was gonna say mixed bag at first because they had some good.
You know what? Yeah, we're gonna put them in mixed bag. Not terrible from the Arizona Cardinals.
No.
Falcons.
I
think same spot.
Yeah.
Mixed bag.
We'll
put them ahead of Arizona because they've had more good than bad. Baltimore Ravens.
Great, I'd say. I don't want to say dominant.
Yes, great, because they did lose that game to the Colts.
Yeah,
and that was kind of embarrassing.
I mean, yeah, it's the Colts.
Bills. Bills are going in great.
They had
easily.
Yeah.
They had good games versus Washington, and whoever they played in week 2 that I am forgetting.
You can definitely tell they're missing Von Miller.
Sorry to the Bills week 2 opponent that I have forgotten.
Yeah,
there's probably a reason for that. Moving on. Panthers.
Right. Panthers, horrible.
You know, whenever you start, well, I mean, you know what? We're gonna go with horrible. Yeah, they're not exactly in Caleb. They're not in Caleb Williams simply because they have Bryce Young at quarterback, and they're trying to develop him. The problem is they don't have any other offensive talent to help develop him at all. No, Adam Thielen, it should not be your wide receiver 1. He's a great player. Don't get me wrong. I love Adam Thielen, but if he's your prime, if he is your by far wide receiver 1, you are in trouble.
It was like same too with the DJ Chark. I mean, he's all right, but he's not. He's like wide receiver 2 or 3 on any other team.
Oh yeah, for sure. Chicago Bears, Caleb Williams, baby.
Yeah.
This
No.
is pretty much the reason that this tier has existed.
Yes.
Caleb Williams.
Let's put the Bears in there.
I don't think there needs to be an explanation here. Like, they're bad.
Yeah, they are just bad.
Cincinnati Bengals, horrible.
Yes.
1-2 in the month of September. After paying Joe Burrow the most money per year for any player ever. He has the fattest contract in NFL history.
And you see the stinked up on
And he has, I'm pretty sure Derrick Henry has about as many touchdowns as Joe Burrow does. That's including week 4 though.
And he's got all those like
absolutely horrible.
And he's got like all those like wide receiver talent, like Chase, Higgins, Mix.
Dude, he's got all the talent in the world on that offense to succeed, and he has not done anything this year remotely inspiring. Bengals, horrible. Browns.
I'd say good.
The Browns are the first one to go in good. Yep, we can agree on that.
Cowboys.
Tough loss to Nick Chubb. Tough loss with Nick Chubb. Hate to see that.
Defense.
Otherwise, good.
Defense.
Cowboys.
I'd say dominant. Yeah.
No.
Okay. Besides the Cardinals loss, I mean our defense.
Yeah, but the Cardinals loss. Yes, that is thrown in there. They lost to the Cardinals. You cannot do that and be dominant. They were through the first 2 weeks. That takes them out. Now we have another entry into the bowl of Caleb Williams.
You know, you'd think after hiring Sean Payton, everything would go fine, but you know.
And this is not because I think the Broncos need Caleb Williams. It's that this is at the bottom of the tier rankings. And at the time when we stopped the rankings here, the Broncos lost by 50 points in Miami, gave up 70, 21 of which were to backups.
Yes.
Horrible. Actually, worse than horrible.
Yes.
Like, disgusting.
Like there's the bottom of the barrel, and then there's the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, then there's the Broncos. The only reason they're above Chicago is because Chicago's just somehow
worse,
even more embarrassing. It's bad. Detroit Lions.
I'd say
I'm putting them above the Ravens in great. Pretty easy to say there. I think Packers are a mixed bag.
I mean, they got Love's.
I think they could be better. I think they could be worse.
Yeah. Texans.
Again, this would be with a bit of week 4 bias, but then again, they only won the Saints game because Derek Carr got injured. Jameis Winston had to come in, and that you know how that goes. Jameis Winston throws more passes to defenses than he does offenses. Yeah. So
30 for 30, baby.
Also mixed bag from the Houston Texans.
I haven't seen too many of their games though. That's
actually, you know what? We're gonna go with good, simply off of expectations. For the same reason the Bengals are in horrible, the Texans are in good. They're winning. They've won, I believe, a game in September. I think they went 1-2. But Stroud looks like the real deal.
Yeah, I mean Stroud's hasn't thrown a pick yet. I mean he threw that pick at the opening drive of the preseason, but
he looks really good, which is really weird for me to say of an Ohio State quarterback.
Because they're not going to hear that too often. Like QB bust you or something like that.
I know. All right, now we've got the Indianapolis Colts. I think the Colts go in, middle of good. I think they're above the Texans. That's about it, though. Well, the Texans wins against the Jaguars. Richardson looks good if he can stay on the field and stay healthy. Yeah. That seems to be the problem right now. I don't know if that's going to happen. He does not run very smartly.
No.
So,
I mean, he's a good running quarterback, but just he's got to pick and choose.
Yeah, he does. And I think he could be a bit smarter than just overall with some of the reads he makes. Great guy, though. The amount of stories you hear about, like, how much he cares for the team and his community service and stuff, absolutely love the guy.
He's like Dak Prescott reincarnate. You know, I would not be surprised if he wins Walter Payton Man of the Year.
All right, Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars mixed bag. I think they're above the Packers in mixed bag.
Yeah.
They definitely could be better. They definitely could be worse.
I mean, it's like, Trevor Lawrence is good. You got ETN, that's all right. You got Kirk, that's pretty good. Ridley's outstanding.
Chiefs. We're gonna go right there. So far, the best team we've ranked.
Yes.
Top of great.
Yes.
Other than the Lions game, which again the Lions are a good team this year. Very very good performances from the Kansas City Chiefs thus far. I don't see them moving down very much. Chargers through the first 3 weeks. I think another mixed bag, and I'm gonna put them below Green Bay. I think week 3 saved them from being in the horrible tier. The win against the Vikings was a really good one.
Yes.
I think that kind of saves them a little bit.
It's also
Rams.
Vikings.
This is tough because the Rams pulled off a good win against the Seahawks in week 1, and then a tough loss to Niners. You know what? We're gonna put them in good. Again, off of expectations versus reality.
Yeah.
I feel the Rams have outperformed expectations for what they were supposed to be.
Tremendously, yeah.
Tremendously. Well, not tremendously, but enough.
Yeah.
They're 1-2 in September, but they kept the games close enough to keep them interesting. The loss to the Bengals is whatever. Like, that was a close game the entire way. They almost beat the Niners, and they did beat the Seahawks. So, good stuff from the Rams. Raiders.
Horrible. I just out of spite.
I think they are in front of the Panthers and behind the Bengals.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Even with Jimmy G.
Jimmy G, not great. Adams, kind of great, but the team's not doing well enough to warrant any of that. Miami Dolphins, dominant. Absolutely dominant.
Was it
this
offense?
Is, again, taking time before the Bills beat them. So, up until this point, the Dolphins, absolutely disgustingly dominant. Best offense in 3 weeks.
In the league, by
3 weeks we've ever seen, by far. Yeah, very, very good.
Yes.
Minnesota Vikings.
Mixed bag, you'd say?
It's top of horrible, but for a different reason. The Vikings had statistical passing leaders in Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson.
That's true.
Leaders in their categories. They've played good enough to win games, and they have not. It's the opposite of last year. Last year, they won like 10 or 11 one-possession games. This year, they've lost all of them. So, kind of a bit of karma. But for that reason, they're in the top of horrible. They haven't played horrible. The results have just been horrible.
They just keep on being on the bad luck or the bad end of a lot of these.
Yeah. Moving on, New England. Who did they beat? They beat the Jets.
Yeah.
Bottom of mixed bag. They beat a not so great Jets team. This is again before they got absolutely mollywopped by the Cowboys.
Yes.
So we're not going to take that into account. Yeah.
Yes.
Saints. Saints are going to be moved to.
I'd say mixed, but
put them in between the Falcons. I think the Falcons have had a little more hope than they have.
We got the Giants.
Just overall, not great. Giants, horrible.
Yeah. Like 30
Barely
seconds.
Beat the Cardinals. Actually, you're going back here. Barely beat the Cardinals. It took a massive comeback. Got curb stomped by Dallas. Who did they play week 3?
God, who did they play week 3? So they played A's teams week 3.
Huh?
They played a team week 3. I don't know.
They played some football team in week 3, and I believe they lost to them.
Yeah.
Why can't I remember who they played in week 3?
Let me look it up.
I'm going to figure it out in a second.
Let's see. Okay, so you got Niners.
That's right. They did. They had a Thursday night football game against the Niners. Yeah, yep. Horrible. Moving on. Jets. R.I.P. Jets, man. Yep, horrible. Top of horrible, though. Aaron Rodgers going down with a season-ending Achilles injury, or what seems to be season-ending. There is a potential that he comes back late in the season. Not good. After that, they stunk. Moving on. Philadelphia. No, not there. There we go. Much better. Sorry, I know as a Cowboys fan that hurts to see. Eagles pretty fairly dominant this year. Run game has been like amazing, better than anybody else. Enough said. Defense has been playing well.
I'm not sold on the Eagles just yet. I mean, I'll be willing.
I'm not either after the game against Washington, but Washington always plays them well.
Yeah.
I need to see their first game versus Dallas. If they handle that one accordingly, then I think they will be the number 1 team.
Yeah.
Steelers.
Mixed bag.
Bottom of good.
Okay.
Well, yeah, bottom of good. At the time of the recording, again, they're 2-1. A good win versus the Browns, and a weak
pretty solid win
versus somebody, I think. Seahawks.
Great. I put them in great.
On Dallas. Apart from that game against the Rams, offense has been a top 3 offense in the NFL, I'd say. Defense leaves a lot to be desired, but it's good enough. They make clutch plays when they need to. They ended Jared Goff's attempt streak without an interception. Got a pick 6 off of it. Played really good against the Panthers. Pretty good overall. San Francisco, most dominant team in the league right now.
Yes.
The number 1. Although at the time, I'm still going to put Miami ahead of them because Miami dropped 70. So, yeah. Buccaneers, top of good.
I mean, they got Mike Evans.
Baker Mayfield has played so good this year for them, and nobody saw that coming.
No.
Nobody. So, again, for expectations purposes, they are in good. Titans, bottom. Almost bottom of mixed bag.
Yeah, I still put them in for the Patriots. I mean, they got D-Hop, and I didn't see much of D-Hop at all. So
if you take out week 4, it's not been great for them. And then finally, the
Commanders
and Commies, and they are going to go behind the Bucks in good.
They have a pretty good defense. Offense is,
Yeah, apart from the Bills game, good overall.
Yeah.
Nothing too. I mean, the 2 teams they beat were not very good, but they still won them.
Yes.
Sam Howell looked all right apart from the Bills game. So here is our tier list for the September. How the games unfolded in September. Pretty even spread, I'd say.
Yeah.
Not too much that's surprising here. I think all of them. I think we could have predicted within 1 or 2 tiers of the season starting where every team would be.
Yeah, I mean,
apart from maybe the Jets, but that's due to injury and stuff. For the most part, it's pretty much what we thought it would be.
Yeah, I mean, the Chiefs lost their offensive coordinator that put up like 60 points a game, it seemed like, to Washington, and they've been all right. Yeah.
All right. It's time to move on to the Sportscast Superlatives month 1 awards.
Uno.
So I'm not going to pull these up on the screen again for the recording just because I don't have anything set for it so far. So, Offensive Player of the Month.
And I'd say Tua.
I think Tua Tagovailoa is a great player to pick for Offensive Rookie of the Month.
Or for Offensive Player?
Or Offensive Player of the Month, my bad.
I'd say
very good showings from him the first 3 weeks. 70 points being put up against the Broncos. Very, very good month for him. Defensive Player of the Month.
Well, I don't want to be some cowboy bias, but Parsons.
I could get behind that. I think Micah Parsons. I don't know. It's tough between. I think for me, it's tough between T.J. Watt and Micah Parsons.
They're both equally great.
But we're gonna give it to Micah Parsons. I'll have his stats on the screen here for you guys to see when you're watching this video. Just all around dominant month. It felt like he was always everywhere when the Cowboys were playing. No real stoppability there.
No.
Offensive rookie of the month.
Devon A-Chain. I'm not saying it's because I'm an A&M fan, but I'm saying it's because.
Sorry. But you know what?
Like
we'll go over that. A-Chan was good, but for 1 week. There have been a couple rookies that have done better week to week. Not saying he's bad. He definitely had the best game out of any rookie, I'd say.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about the best rookie of the month for the month of September,
for the whole month, I gotta say,
I am giving it to Rams wide receiver Puka Nacua.
That's what I was gonna put it as. Yeah.
Puka Nacua came out of nowhere, like way out of left field. Has played brilliantly for the Rams and is probably one of the two shining spots on that team right now with the way everything has been going.
Yeah, no doubt. Defensive rookie?
Defensive rookie. I don't know what to put for this one, and it's tough because I know who I would pick now, but because now is too far ahead in the future, I cannot pick who I want to. Obviously, if we were doing this for September plus 1 week in October, it would be Witherspoon.
Yeah.
But I can't do that. So the NFL went with Christian Gonzalez. I feel like that's a good pick. It's between him, Will Anderson, and Jalen Carter. And
I gotta go with Anderson.
You're gonna go with Anderson? Yeah. I haven't checked too much on the defensive rookie stats. Let me here. Can you Google real quick and let me know how many? Let me know Will Anderson's stats for the month of September, or just all of them. I'm not gonna nitpick unless he had like a stupid good game against the Steelers.
Let's see. Looking things up. He's got 10 solo tackles, a sack, and 0 forced fumbles, and 0 picks.
Did Christian Gonzalez have a pick?
Let me
look that up.
Yeah.
Or a bunch of pass breakups or something.
He's pretty disruptive. I don't want.
Because I don't want to give this award out to just
someone who's
a consensus.
Okay. 14 solo tackles, 0 forced fumbles, a pick, and then 3 PBUs.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy, but I think Christian Gonzalez is going to win Rookie of the Month for the Good Game Sportscast Superlatives. More tackles, a pick, which is more important than a sack, and then 3 PBUs. That's a pretty good month for a rookie, especially for a defensive back.
Yeah. I mean, they don't get
rookie for sure. Let's see. What else could we go with? We could go with biggest loser of the month. The Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
Let Russ cook and Broncos country. Let's ride. I don't think the ride they imagined was losing by 50 and letting up 70. They had to come up with a new term for like a 70 steamer or something like that because it just does not happen. You can't lose 20 to 70 and have any dignity.
No.
So that's that's the biggest loss of the month right there.
Didn't Sean Payton tell Russ to act like a normal player and not have all of this? And it clearly didn't work. I mean, don't get me wrong, Russ.
I also think with this, I mean, I'm gonna throw in we're gonna do 2 for 1 here. Best performance of the week is gonna go to the Miami, or best performance of the month goes to the Miami Dolphins because that was incredible.
70 points, just
70 points, absolutely absurd. For my best game of the month, I have my pick. Let me hear yours. And mine's gonna come off a bit biased.
I don't want to. No, it's not Atlanta. I have a little bit of biases towards my team.
Yeah, obviously we kind of do.
Yeah, I would probably go Chiefs Lions.
Mine also involves mine's the Seahawks Lions game in week 2, and I know that comes off as biased because we won. But if you go back and watch that game had it all. That game was very entertaining.
It was.
Defense when it needed to be, offensive most of the game. I do feel like that is a solid contender for game of the month. I promise I'm not going to pick a Seahawks game by default every month. That's not how this works. But that one was just really, really, really fun to watch.
Looks like with me is I won't pick a Dallas game unless it's warranted. Maybe the Niners Cowboys game this Sunday will be
that'll be good.
That will be good.
To that.
Well, we're missing like Trayvon Diggs, but other than that, we should be set for it. That would be last year's NFC divisional game was pretty good too. But
all right. So that kind of does it for the week 1 superlatives. Let us know who you would have picked. Let us know if you're part of the 80% gang or the 20% gang like Robert over here. Thank you guys so much for rocking with us today. Really hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, peace.
Peace. Jig 'em.
Thanks for watching the video, guys. Click here to see another video that YouTube thinks you should watch, and click here to subscribe to our channel.